So you know Diana, when younger, yes?
Yeah.
For me, younger, when I didn't understand what was being said about her, but you didn't recognize anything else other than her presence, yes? That aura, that remnant, that resonance. Mm, a bit like Martin Luther King had it. Jesus. Yeah, there's another fellow that, again, the presence just sort of oozes out of what's said, yes? And it was around 97. We were living in Thetford, and a particular school was Redcastle, and it went onto the news as being one of the worst schools in the region. Which technically, if you asked anyone that was around the area, they would not tell you that that school was the worst. So it was more like other schools in the area were a lot more worse than that, to be honest. And it was around 97, I think it was, that we were in Thetford, and a group of us. Well, obviously, I was staying at somebody else's house when Diana passed, yes? And how everyone's mood changed, and how everybody, and I do mean everyone in any vicinity that you were at, were mourning. But when they went to the anger stage, they kept saying that there was too much. This is deliberate. It's not accidental. And you kind of feel it yourself in a way. But anyway, when we went to that back to school, obviously it became a topic, and we spoke out about that. We talked about how strange it was. This was when life took a drastic turn for the worst. You know, trying to piece all of this back together, and it's like, So around 97, the group was dispersed, and that's when we were moved from a particular house, and then all of a sudden there was some trouble where some people were kicking the door in and then running off, and the police couldn't get these people. They kicked during Christmas. They kicked through the window or whatnot, and that's when we were offered the house over in that area where we live next door to that matey neighbour that just got away with so much. There was a cop living in this house over here, and there was a cop ex-soldier living, a police dog trainer living in a house over here. None of them saw a fucking thing. You would think that cops that are in your business everywhere, yes, didn't see anything, didn't hear anything. I mean, that's pretty strange for one thing. And then that's when we were living next door to the neighbour that was threatening my mom to kill her and all of these things, and then me and rape this and do that and everything else. And that's then when the council were involved, and yeah, it wasn't just me that moved away from that area for speaking up about this sort of stuff. No, there was a load of us move. Jay was another person that moved. Now maybe I read too much into this, but call me naive. I then started speaking about this back in Griffin Court. Do you remember that? Then that's when shit started to really come raining in. And then after that, that's then when there was that sort of Butts got the first attack to him here, yes? Almost looked like a puncture wound, a knife wound, a fork, something. And Saffron were gathering a lot at the back of the hedge, no offence. But what kept appearing in the hedge was gaps, strange gaps. Almost like people were sticking shit through it. Bizarre, maybe, I don't know what it was. And then there was that strange stuff happening over there. Plus with the neighbours were just like fucking terrible. So you've just gone through a hell of a situation. And then Mus, which is the cat, he got attacked then.
Yeah.
Strange thing is, all of the other cats in the area disappeared. Then that happened to him. Now he survived that one. And then after that, it was eviction. And then that's when we moved, you didn't, I did, to Bunwell. That's then when the house was the most disgusting, the most... Have you not noticed this? That every time I go to talk about Diana, something happens that involves the council. And I wonder if the king is heading of the Illuminati. I often wonder this. I do wonder it. Not perhaps the royalty. monastery monarchy. I mean, and then when we look at where the Illuminati's roots come from, what? Bavarian Illuminati, yes?
Yeah.
So German. Then we have the war a few years later. What's that over? Was it really over all of this stuff? Because Britain's desperation to go to war in that. I mean, it's not because we're socialistic and we don't really give a shit about anyone else. Why? Well, because you don't care about people in your own nation. You shit all over them from a great height, and there we are, caring about people who are no benefit to us, a means to an end. It's just interesting, and this behavior, what happens if that would have killed me accidentally by using my health records? Again, we've got this fingerprint pattern, right? A bit like Diana's. It's an accident. You know, we recreated that. There was a talk of a flash, yeah? So a group of us set to work on reenacting this. You couldn't do it in a car. You couldn't do it as a pedestrian. But you could do it if you were a motorbike wearing a crush helmet. Because it added a blind spot. But you would have to tilt the mirrors away. And you take the camera flashes, which are no longer here anymore. Funny. Those flashes stuck to it. I mean, it sounds really... And you put it on a baton. You can flash this, and my word. You get caught in that strobe, and you cannot see for up to half an hour, 30 minutes. I just don't understand why Dodi and Diana were not buried together. They clearly loved each other. They clearly had moved on, and a lot of people were falling out of favour of the monarchy here. They were looking at Diana and all the things she was doing, that light that she had, that beautiful glow. It was there, definitely there. We're not exactly a man's world here, are we? Or are we? You reckon? You reckon not?
Yes.
Not a man's world, or do you think this is a man's world here?
Man's world, where it shouldn't be man's world only.
And then there was that picture with one of those queens that were holding over with the cross that's also on the map that they drew, isn't it? Mm-hmm. That where when it appears you see that symbol, which is usually those medals that are given to people here, aren't they? The veterans or whoever it is that gets knighted, they get one of those strange medals, yeah? Mm-hmm. Which is the bunch of pyramids around the circle, which eerily looks very similar to a certain symbology. And then you've got the circle on the queen's throne, haven't you? The female's throne, and the triangle on the throne of the king, yes? Red. They sit behind it. Which the crown looks like also the... Never mind, it's very strange. Is that where you hang the crown up after you're done? Symbology, it's just very strange trying to fit all of this in. It's weird. But again, this pattern, maybe it's nothing. Maybe it is just completely nothing. And it's like, well, maybe I shouldn't say anything about the Queen or anything else like that. I'm sorry, I meant Diana, but still, Queen nonetheless. Maybe I shouldn't say anything about her. You know, because maybe I'm not allowed to talk or have an opinion. And no one's allowed to have an opinion in that case. But it's amazing how the school, the change of life, the out of circulation in school, plus the shit at home with the neighbour. And we were moved into that. And the council played it that they weren't, you know, we've never had any reports of this before. And they lied. And then the council moved. They want to bring down churches. Well, Masonry understands that over the years of doing Masonry, you've been inside cathedrals, you've built things, you've done things, you've collected a lot of secrets along the way. Well, you have, haven't you? If you're building all of this stuff, you've got to understand if you're building a church, you're going to need to know certain things. What's going there? Well, nothing. Just build that. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? That when you go to build something, that you're gonna know something is gonna be somewhere, aren't you? Oh, I don't know, man. This is kind of weird. This is kind of too weird. And then you've got that queen holding over with that same cross over it, and it's in position of where America is, and it's almost saying mine. I think that's what she used to see. She wanted that. She owned everything but that, yes?
Yeah.
Kings work on tradition, so do the monarchy, yes? It works on tradition. How many wives have been beheaded? What if that tradition is still there in cell memory? How do you just change that? And are you allowed to outshine kings in a nation? Or do you have to stay below them out of respect because it's apparently their country?
Probably only here.
Only here.
Yeah. I don't think in other kingdoms is the same.
So it's not our country. It's only our country when we gotta go and lay down our life. And even then it's under conscription. And then why the whole Germany war? Because what? I don't know. Worfstrap, what's his name? William...
Got it right.
Why is that?
Why?
Was that? Whatever it is.
Weishaupt or something.
Weishaupt, yeah. And he went and infiltrated the Freemasonry. That's a spy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Then takes their secret knowledge and then rushes off with it. That's in Germany, yes? Bavarian Illuminati. Then we go to war with Germany. And America were hesitant about doing it. Is it for that information? And then what? We knock down churches here, yeah? Well, fast forward till now, wouldn't you, as your family, wouldn't you strategize in order to prepare your family going ahead? So if Henry knocks down churches, how would you use that to your advantage? Well, you then set up a council to do what? Well, maybe to then start taking burial, to then start doing marriages, then knocks down and we'll deal with homeless, then we will take care of the needy. We will also do schooling. Now, is that because, schooling's really good, or because schooling is indoctrination? When tribes teach their children, that is schooling. The children grow up to hold family wisdom and logic. They become self-governed. They don't need to be governed by anything else because they become self-governed. They're not exactly teaching one another to go over here and do this. And tribes, by and large, are usually quite peaceful. Actually, yes, there is the odd disagreement, but usually it's solved quite nicely. They do hold weaponry, but that was given to them. Before that, it wasn't quite like that. And then we hear that, what is it? The thing that's being taught that gets murmured through places, isn't it, is the damage that's still being done to monastery, yes, is that every priest is this, this, and this. But again, the reverse of Guy Fawkes is to infiltrate it with someone that you know, get them to do a load of bad deeds deliberately, and then that gives a bad impression on that particular group.
Yeah.
So if I had a plan and I had a load of people down, and I'd be like, look, you go in there and then start doing this stuff. Will you plant information? That then gives a narrative. And then it makes people think. Nah, it's just weird. It's just very strange. This is strange. And again, it's the reverse of Guy Fawkes, isn't it? If you think about it, Guy Fawkes is a one-way story, but you can't look at it the other way. It becomes very difficult to look at it the opposite way. Well, the reverse on Guy Fawkes is, what do you call it? William. What's his name? WW, yes?
WW, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So is that like William Windsor?
Yeah.
And it's Freemasonry the M.
Yeah.
It's like in reverse, isn't it? It's kind of interesting. Interesting indeed. And you're not allowed to speak out against the monarchy, are you? Can you really honestly have an opinion about a king, a queen?
You can if you are not in this country, probably.
You can if you're not in this country. But if you're in this country, and then we look at why America or the first Americans went over to America was for about freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom for what? Freedom implies that it's not free. Now, freedom could be looked at as money freedom, or is it freedom to rise up? And then we understand that, was it Masons that built DC independence? Which makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah.
So if the Illuminati infiltrate into America, and if it is any way related to British reign, do they then get control of America? Which has been one of the family heirlooms, isn't it? That they wanted mine. Oh, I don't know. It's a very weird thing. And then the whole war for Germany, was it because he had done something that they had been trying to do for years, but for somehow it wasn't, because there was only one person that managed to get into the Freemasonry from the monarchy, wasn't it? Yeah, just one. Now, was that before the war or after it? And why do I ask that question? Well, if before the war and nothing ever since, that's strange. Means you've already got some information from somebody else. But again, this can be deflective, and it could be nothing. It could just be nothing. And I could just be reading into my life quite a bit, but it echoes. Now, a lot of people were talking about this. A lot. And why is it important? Well, that's kind of weird, man. And that she was alive for a bit. And some of the things that witness accounts and then were retracted, and then someone went up to it and started taking loads of pictures, but they never got recovered. Why is that what is that? There's some very weird stuff going on, man. And how come she wasn't protected? Do you no, there was no protection there for her at all. Why? You would think that there would be that high level of protection, right? They love protection, so why did they not protect Diana? Why was Diana not protected? And then, what was it? Is it his dad, whoever he is on that side? Is he Egyptian? And he was drunk, was he?
Who was drunk?
I don't know if it's Dodi, is it? I'm not sure what his name was. The one who she was with?
Yeah.
He was apparently really pissed as a fart.
Didn't look like it. Him or
It didn't look like it in the
nor
CCTV,
the driver.
did it? No, it didn't.
No.
Have you ever drunk that much?
No, but when I drank a little bit more, I felt it, and I can't imagine that I would go and drive.
And something spooked her. Which, again, was it psychological warfare that was spooking her? Something scared her.
Yeah.
She knew this was coming. I had my brakes played around with. I've had wheels fall out of freaking cars. All looks like a fucking accident, doesn't it? Just looks like just a total accident. Now it makes me wonder, is it really an accident or is this deliberate? This is deliberate. I feel it's deliberate. Because you speak up. And then what? If you used to go at councils in the day, weren't you hung? Wasn't it treason to go at councils? Their rule was final, wasn't it?
Yeah, they could say that in all times, couldn't they?
And also, if you spoke out at King's, wasn't that consequential?
Yeah. I was not allowed speaking about rulers.
And then what was it? There was a kingdom in France, yes?
Yeah.
Because there was a load of bullshit coming to the education where it was whispered between. It was pushed down on the kids in jest, yes, that France were traitors and this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
It related to the Second World War.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was around 97. It was after Diana's death, a little bit after that. That's when we moved. But that's because a lot of people that I was around at the time were talking about a lot of this strange shit that was going down with Diana. It just hit up. And then you're mentioning it in school. And then it becomes the worst school, and then the council are like, oh, here, look, we've got a place for you here. We'll get you away from all of these problems. We'll take you away from something small, and we'll put you in something massive. Just a bit like here, like, oh, look, come on, look, we'll get you a place. You've been evicted from there, them nasty people. Come on, look. And then they throw you into something worse. Mold, rats, rat shit, fucking you name it. Whatever else. Fucking toilet leaking, maggots. You see, same pattern, same fingerprint pattern.
Yeah.
And they don't care about kids. That they can put kids in that. They can put kids, that's already proven that they could put me and my sister through that, our lives in danger. For what? Because we had to stop talking about a subject? And again, it's at the same time that I start to talk about something else that the shit hits the fucking fan again, especially with the gentry. Now, why is that? Brakes go first. So, car accident is the first thing. Then a leaky house, and let's try and kill him in a covert way. I feel like it's been an assassination attempt. And then what? Quickly blame it on the government. Why? Because they might have some Masons in there. Oh, quick, let's throw up the signs. Now, were you really Masons, or were you acting like Masons? That's a question that I got there. That was weird to me. They kept throwing up signs. And yeah, so Bavarian Illuminati were the ones that did the French Revolution in 17 something or other, wasn't it? Yes, to knock down the monastery in France, yes?
Mm.
And we think that that's an Illuminati, a secret group, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Was it the king? Not this king, obviously, but was it the royal family? People will be like, no, why would they freedom them from... They love gentry. No, kings do not like kings. Monasteries do not like monasteries. That's not how it works. That's a threat. And especially if France was walking into enlightenment, or whatever else they might be doing at that time. You might do something better than we can, and we can't have that. It's too close to our waters, thanks. That's a threat. Anyway, could be nothing, but still, again, take it with a pinch of salt. It's where you come from in it, but... And then how many people around the UK actually got on these distraction tactics through hearing their parents talk about something, and other people talk about something, and other people in the area talk about something? Mm-hmm. Everybody was talking about something. Man, that's crazy. People in the streets were talking. And I mean, what, was everybody divided and then you conquer? Because all these people with the same sort of opinion were all moved away because of troubling events. I mean, that's fucking weird, isn't it? You divide to conquer. If it wasn't true, why go to that much energy and effort to do that? Then what do you want with the churches? Well, it's profitable, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the death. But where does that money go? You don't get that in your tax form each time, do you? The county council has made this much money on weddings this year. Oh, the county council have made this much money on burying people in land. Churches have lost this much money. And then what about schooling and the whole religion? I don't believe this, by the way, but it's just what's said. And if you don't check yourself to talk about it, what? Every priest is a paedophile, apparently. Mm-hmm. Which then, no, but that's the common theme, though, isn't it? That's what it makes you think. Because it keeps on being erred a lot. And a lot of groups also say this too. Oh, they're all paedophiles there. They're all paedophiles. I won't put your kids there. I wouldn't put your kids there. Well, if you keep your kids out of church, what happens? They don't get impressionated by a higher power. Why would you fear a higher power? Well, because then it makes you look at the highest power in your nation.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is the highest power, because that king was put there by God, right?
Yeah.
And then they become the kink in the chain that God goes to them, and God saved the king, God saved the queen. God saved the fucking people, I think. Yeah, I fucking champion to that. God saved the people. God saved the children. God saved the suffering. No, but it's God saved someone who doesn't need saving. I mean, that makes the mightiest sense. And it was the King of Kings is Jesus, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. It's just weird how the sort of songs get put in. Heard and armed. Nah, it's just kind of strange. And then what? Churches fall to wreck and ruin. And then what? Oh, it's all right. You just put them in the council. Back them up. Yeah, come on. We'll take care of these bones. Come on, we'll take care of these bodies. Well, of course we will. We looked after them when they were alive. Of course that's the council. We're going to look after you when you're dead. Come on. And yet it's murmured. Where does that money go?
Yeah.
Man, for a nation that is highly taxed and highly profitized on a lot of things, the best in fines, right? The best in body burying now. The best in marriages, which cost a frickin' fortune. The best in absolutely all taxes you can imagine, and they've got no fucking money? How the fuck does that work?
It doesn't, does it?
And then when you write to them, they can jump the queue on surgery. And can have massive recoveries in just a very short space of time.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody else that recovers that fast.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have access to that nobody else does? I don't know. I just find this very weird. This is all very strange, and the whole Illuminati and this movement, and what's it going to be about? There's a place for you, but not for you, not for you, and not for you. Is there a place for everybody equally? Either or, which side of the fence you go on, I don't know, and to say that you can't talk about it, and I could be completely wrong, absolutely. Why would you target someone for having a best guess if your secrets are kept well safe? Do you get what I mean? So it doesn't really matter about that, and what geometry and all of the rest of it, Freemasons or whatever, stonemasons. I mean, they've been around for donkey's years, right? Didn't they? Aren't the Masons the ones that built Mayan temples, yeah? That's masonry if I ever saw it. Pyramids, that's masonry, isn't it? Churches, that's masonry, isn't it? And some of these buildings outlast quite a lot. But yet when it comes to houses, well, fucking hell, they're going to be built out of the shittest shit you can find, aren't they? It's still masonry nonetheless, but this is council masonry. I don't know, it's just very strange. And then is this why there's so much secrecy around certain stuff, and you have to climb certain levels and different stuff like that? Because, gotta keep your mouth shut. I don't know. Don't secrets cause you to become more wide open to attack? Because if someone gets that information and releases it, doesn't that then mean that because you've kept it a secret and then you go, well, that was ours. That was our information.
Yeah.
Now I'll be like, no, it was this person that made this information, actually. Well, look, we had it here. But then why did you hide it if you had that information? Do you see? It's sort of... And then to believe in a higher power, I do believe in a higher power. Can't shake it. I also see the mark of this higher power in individuals, that presence, man. Fucking hell, Diana had it. She had that just massive glow. I can't explain it. It's just, that's what I saw when I was younger. I didn't understand what all of the gibberish was about, you know? It was that. And then they're buried miles apart from each other and in a place where she doesn't feel very welcome. Oh, it's just an accident. It's amazing what you can believe. I don't know. Accident? That's an accident. There's too many discrepancies in that. One was saying one thing, someone else was saying something else, and then it's like, okay. Then there's the murmured shit between the fucking teacher's breaths. Weird. And then if you speak about it, certain shit happens in your life. Why would you react to something in that way? What, it's because I'm being disrespectful? I don't think so. What, talking about Diana? How is that disrespectful? Why would there be a reaction in that? There wouldn't. There wouldn't need to be one. I don't know. This is strange, man. This is very strange. I don't know. I would pay closer scrutiny to the council. There's two things that strike me as odd. You don't care about people, and you don't care about kids. That you can put them into buildings such as that one, cause a load of mental hardship on people, and you still don't take responsibility for it. Your responsibility goes as far as, it's psychology, it's a you problem. Here are some tablets so that we can keep on, you know, we can keep doing what we need to do because we're going to make you believe that it's all about you. When it isn't. It's not. It's you. And then you'll say, well, it's the government. Okay, then it's all of you then, isn't it? Well, fuck me, you can lead a horse to water and it won't drink it, but shit me, you can lead the council though, can't you? Well, fucking hell, you can lead them and they'll drink all water holes, won't they? I mean, it's just a bit strange, and if you're supposed to be good people and you've got a large amount of numbers, you can stand up. Yeah. You outnumber them. But you choose not to. Why? If it takes one person to stand back up against this stuff and yet not one of you can stand up in that, and then you're all busy, you're conveniently ill, you have no power here, but you're here, it doesn't make any sense to me. When we look back and through history, the French Revolution, was it really a revolution? Or was it that something was a little bit too close for comfort? A kingdom right on the doorstep. I mean, that's like Wales having a monarchy, isn't it? Yeah. Then the church is falling apart. That's all right, we'll take care of them. We'll take care of the people. I'm not saying that was perfect, no. But again, if they were taking the load off, and it's like the people in the middle actually are the ones that suffer in the middle of that, aren't they? Because you displace a load of people. It's all right, we'll look after them. We'll give them dead-end jobs. We'll pull factories apart just so we can fit them in. Oh no, we've got too many people and not enough jobs. Oh shit, what are we going to do? Let's go to war. Let's get people to lay down their life for what? So that we can then give up sociology for... socialism for imperialism. And then these people laid down their life for what? To become the nation that we went to go and protect. And was it really about that? Or is the plot thickening? It was about getting that information that Germany had got. Which fits, doesn't it? That's secret information. What was it? Because that's spying, isn't it? Because there's one thing about Masons, they calculate behavior, yes? Yeah. I think they would. I think if you understand geometry, then you understand behavior, calculations, and cause and effect, and you'd probably be pretty good at reading people. Yeah, I think so. Cornerstone, symbology, state of independence. I'm just wondering the Bill of Rights as well. I don't know. It's just too forward thinking. DC is too forward thinking. When they were like springs letting go, when they talk about freedom, they did live it. They advanced so fast. Ah, shit me. Rockets, payloads. I don't think they were really thinking about war, but fuck me. Can we put things in the sky? And I don't know if NASA is masonry or not. I'm not sure, but I've heard a lot of people say they're masons and stuff. And if people are trying to shout this down, what's that about? That should be one hell of a fucking achievement. That should be remembered. That's beautiful. Yeah, Russia did too. Mir. And then there's the International Space Station. I mean, these are hell of achievements. The rest of the worlds are thinking about battles, and after a battle, you guys think about putting things in orbit. I mean, that's impressive. Go into the moon, fucking hell. Go into other worlds, gee me, that is huge. And yet it's being played down, isn't it? Isn't it just getting played down, and then this whole pedophilic thing starts to come out again, and almost like trying to tarnish a name again, a bit like the churches, a bit like, it's just, this behavior seems to be standing out quite a bit. And then is it infiltration? Ah, shit me, man. Fucking hell, mate. This is weird. It's just weird. Just this destruction, isn't it? And that's where, I guess, world domination like that. That, mine. But at what cost? For what reason? Well, that's really livening up now, isn't it? Mm. And that's the way the cops work for the businesses, right? If the businesses do something to you, it's a civil matter. But if you do something to a business, it's a criminal matter. And you pay for that. And then what is that? Is that like some sort of group here? Are you some sort of group? Not all of them, because some people don't get that luxury in certain businesses. But there seems to be this sort of... I don't know. Some sort of arse licking. Oi, you know all their taxes that they paid, yeah? How do you want your town to look? We'll vote that mayor in. What is this about? You got to be the right sort of person to get into the counter. Well, what is that?
Old Boys Network.
Huh?
It's called Old Boys Network.
Old Boys Network.
Yeah.
Kind of a bit weird, that. Is that why you can't have many women?
I don't know about many women, but it's about favors, it's about status, it's about relations and whatever groups you make with interests.
You get with someone, leave that person for someone else, and then get back with that person. I mean, it's like fucking the Darwin experiment, isn't it? I'll have kids with this one, but not with you. Why? She's got something that you wouldn't understand. Fine family breeding. Light harvesting. But this light is far more intelligent than... And it can't be forced into vessels. that's what I think it's. This is it. It's far, far intelligent. It doesn't work that way. It pops, it bounces, it likes to be free. The true essence of whatever that is, higher power, yes? Call it light, call it divine, whatever you label it as, that is, it bounces. It's not about breeding. It's not about absorbing, owning. It has to be free. It goes wherever it wants to go at whatever time it wants to go. It chooses. You can't force this. This is the thing that I think everyone's trying to control. I think this is what it boils down to, is that essence. It's so much, it's selective. It looks for alignment. It's not looking for who's the most polished, who's the most best, and and then we try and lose it a little bit, that once it was in your family and then that was what put you into where you were at, and then you try and hog it and fucking file it down. And why'd you file it down? Because it went into something else. And then you notice it, and then you gotta try and... Interesting. Very, very fucking interesting. And then you have to try and make out that people are better based on where they're born. Because they're born into this family and therefore, boof. And then you make an artificial light. It's not real, it's artificial. That's weird, isn't it? And then you try and make the artificial light outshine the authenticity. And is that why you got to kill out churches, religion, and other groups, masonry or whatever else? Because, it stops people looking, right? Then once it's completely deleted out of history, then what? That's no longer called a fizzled light, is it? Or a spark? No. Because you got to look at this one here. We'll tell you who is the one. You see, they would really force it, wouldn't they? Could you imagine these people in a divine environment, what they would do to it? This is what they would do. These are the proving grounds. Kick others down. Offer no one a helping hand. They're too sacred for anyone to get near. Do you understand that? That's... Anyway, take all of this with a pinch of salt. Over-reading, over-analysing. Do what you will with it. Again, I walk this journey and I can only come from it from my perspective. Maybe a lobotomy should have been kept, really, shouldn't it? Is this why they calcify all the water? You've got to drink milk because it makes strong bones. Okay. Do you want to give it to the astronauts when they're in space and they start losing bone density then? Just fill them up with calcium. Just give them a fuck ton of cow's milk. And then look at this formula milk. You see, it's better than breast milk. Now fill it up with the tap water. It's really calcified. Why? Because we might have found a way to shut the light out. The divine, the spark. It's all for your benefit. Taxes are for your benefit. This is for your benefit. We do this for you. Public service. Yeah, whilst your alarms are ringing out in towns, you're there like that, but anyone else calls you and there is no one there. Someone turns up with a fucking camera outside your police station and you've got millions of you coming out. You're like they're like, these people remind me of people going and flicking a hornet's nest. And then you get all of them out. Fucking hell, there's loads of you in there. Fucking hell, shit. Inherently, no, not individually police officers' fault. No, I don't think so. I don't know if they want to do more. That's the thing. And I don't know, I just find this all very bizarre. Very, very bizarre. These E-numbers, your benefit. It's illegal for marijuana. Why? Because it shuts out the light, does it? Lead in fuel, it shuts out the light. Are these drugs to shut this out? Because they know best? Anything that's associated with the true, like, and they want to harness it. They want to figure it out so that they can then what? Imprint it into their kids? I just wonder if humanity will wake up to this. I just wonder if you do. Because once it's gone, good luck. Good luck. It is a gift. Don't seem to function very well without it, do you? Oh man, it's a weird thing. This whole thing is very strange, but it's what it looks like. Whether it is that is another thing entirely. But you know, it's up to you to make your mind up about that. You're crazy. Fire the cannons. Off you go. Like I said, you might as well just keep dipping your finger in the sugar bowl. Tastes kind of sweet, that. No, when we talk about that, that's what you're calling crazy or delusional. Nah, I'm a whole fucking field of sugar beet roasting in the sun. That's the level of crazy, and I don't know what sort of word we've got for that. You know, we got. I'm sure you can do better than that. Narcissist? I mean, come on, we're just barely. You're just salting it. I mean, just. I'm a whole salt flat. I can tell you on that. That's a whole lot worse than that. Come dive into the mind, if you dare. You know, either way, whatever it is, meh. It's like trying to measure the ocean with a cup. Oh yes, I see how much is in here. So yeah, those labels, they're good for suitcases, but meh. I'm a whole fucking Jupiter. So I mean, this is labeling a moon, I guess, you know. So yeah, anyone that gets labeled like that, just take it like that, you know. It's not a pinch of salt. It's like, you know, they're not even crediting your full bonkersness. It's scratching the surface. So you know, let's keep digging. Here's a shovel. Get over. I'll help. Anyway, yeah, let's leave it there. So it is what it is, but yeah, it's an interesting one. So maybe it's just coincidences, right? Coincidence. And the pets. The long line of pets, because you know that's what would break them, I guess, or other people, or this, that, and the other. But Martin Luther King, Princess Diana, keep going, just keep going. They're throughout history. This spark, man. This remnants. You see it, you feel it, you experience it. It causes massive changes. Seems that anytime something destructive happens, it explodes something everywhere. Like it, as soon as you attack it, it multiplies. It. I just wonder when it's had enough. Oh, it's beautiful and baffling at the same time. But you know, if you look at it enough, look at what it's led. Massive changes, massive, huge shifts. God, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Wow, trying to bottle that essence. So what, you can brand it, sell it, inject it into certain children of certain worthiness. Bloody hell. Could you imagine a time when that was everywhere? In more people? Could you imagine what a world would be like? You see, you're just seeing remnants, right? Just now and then sparks come up, which they've tried to crush out. Could you imagine what that is like in front of everybody, in everybody? Just mirror image. As opposed to trying to diminish it, why not open the floodgates? But no, they got to control it, got to control everything. They're just fucking, oh my days. Oh, we went after and laid down lives for people like this, didn't we? You know, big bad wolf fucking Hitler, yeah? And all of that shit. I just don't get it, man. And then it is it. Everything seems to be it. Control everything. Oh man, it's fucking weird, mate. It's just very weird. We'll get into that divineness and just divide and conquer it, right? And just, I mean, really? And it seems to have a preference, doesn't it? It seems to have a type. And it changes every single time. Every single time you so much as try and work it out, it shifts. Why does it shift? Because it doesn't want you. That's what it is, isn't it? It is so clever. It knows how to avoid you every single time.
That's what this country does.
Say again.
That's what this country does.
Yeah, but is it everywhere though?
No.
You think people want to embrace this stuff? Some people it finds through misery, some people it finds through happiness, some people it finds through this, and it's not about what you are, it's about whether you align. Compatible. Everyone's compatible, but it's about finding the compatibility. Could you imagine this in a lot of minds? Bloody hell. Where would humanity be? Yeah. God, it's amazing, isn't it? And it circles back and circles back and circles back and circles back and enhances and gets stronger and more. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, anyway, but yeah, just to see this in other people and what they're able to come together and do and build and legacy building and fuck, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's really beautiful. So yeah, no, I'm going to leave it there. And that's quite a happy note, but still, it's just how it looks. One way of seeing something, so, you know. And what, we're allowed opinions in this world, are we? According to that, we're allowed to have opinions. According to people, we're not. Weird. Go on then, let's leave it there.